this is the All Juve cast. I'm Alberto. Welcome back to the channel. It's October 14th. I'm going to bring you the news surrounding La Vecchia Signore as we prepare for Juventus versus Roma on the weekend. So news today is that Morata is doing much better than expected. So we cannot rule out him making a start against Roma. But it is still more likely that he will play in the midweek Champions League match against Zenit. All right, but good news that Morata is doing much better. Juventus have started to already work on a midfielder. This is now confirmed by three of the top guys out there. They have began the work for January signing a midfielder. They have to get rid of one of them. Ramsey is at the top of the list of one of the current midfielders to leave in order to make this transaction move. So now all of a sudden, these rumors about Juve, Van de Beek, they all come to light and they are looking for a midfielder to join with the thought of sustainability is the key words that I heard. That tells me that obviously they want to go with somebody younger and they want to go with somebody that's physically fit. So there you have it. I know that Chouameni all of a sudden has caught a lot of steam in terms of the rumors and everything. For me, I think it's more likely we see Van de Beek. But again, I'm happy with either. But I see Van de Beek more your all-around guy. Chouameni, a little bit more defensive-minded, right? So, yeah, I think Van de Beek would be the play and fit our mold a lot better because he's got more traits that we desire in the midfield. But happy with either one of them. And the big thing is guys that are fit, young, healthy, ready to go. Now, Dybala. Dybala is undergoing some tests today that will reveal the availability for him in this match against Roma. All right. Things are looking good, though. Should be positive signs. We'll wait for those test results that are coming today. Juventus have offered Bernardeschi a renewal with a pay cut. Okay, so taking his current 4 million euro salary down to 2.5 million euros. The rumor is Bernardeschi is not convinced with this offer. He wants to stay, and his desire is to stay with Juventus. However, he's not willing to sacrifice the wages. So, yeah, there you have it. We might be at a standstill with Bernardeschi. Might see his way out. I know many fans will not have an issue with this. But again, this is a tough one. Almost feel for the guy, but not really. I mean, it's smart for Juve to kind of bring him down. If you can get him at 2.5 million euros, I said this on a podcast where this topic actually got pretty heated. But at 2.5 million euros, a guy that can play as many positions as he can and fill in coverage, that's good business. That's smart. And you need a few of these guys in your lineup. We've always had them historically too. Quadrado is yet another guy. Danilo is slightly like that too. You can cover multiple areas. But again, if he's not willing to take the lower at 4 million, I know it's not a big difference. It's 1.5 million euros, but still, he just hasn't fulfilled uh, getting more money. So it's kind of one of those strange ones. But that's the news on Bernardeschi. Again, can't wait to hear all your thoughts on that one. Weston McKennie played the entire 90 minutes for the USA against Costa Rica. He is back in Italy today. All the South Americans will be returning to Turin tomorrow evening. Marcello Lippi started to talk about this actually in an interview and just saying the players and how much they're playing. It's madness right now. And he goes, how can you play a match on a Thursday, fly out on Friday, return on a Saturday, and possibly even think about playing on the Sunday? These are some of the scenarios that these clubs are faced with nowadays and the players. And it's very challenging, very tough. And again, you're going into these matches, tough matches, big matches. This is a big one, Juventus versus Roma. And all of a sudden, you're having to makeshift a squad because of all these international games and whatnot. So it's very challenging. This is what the expected lineup, as reported today, looks like for Juventus. Szczesny in goal. De Sciglio, Bonucci, Chiellini, and Sandro across the back. Quadrado, Ramsey, Locatelli, Bernardeschi across the middle. Chiesa and Keane up top. I don't foresee this being the lineup whatsoever. Okay. Number one, I don't expect to see Ramsey in the middle of the park. I expect Dybala will be fit to play. Morata, I don't see starting in this one against Roma. I know that yesterday we talked about the video about Kyle George potentially getting a start. I found it very, very interesting that most of our fan base, we want these younger guys. We want Juve signing all these guys. And then as the news break out that Kyle George could potentially start against Roma, everybody was going back against it and having this fear. And I said, I simply do not have a fear about starting him in a match against Roma. Number one, we needed a number 9. We know how bad our game suffers when we don't have a number 9, especially if Paulo Dybala's in the lineup. He needs a true 9 to play off of. And there's many other reasons why we need an actual number 9 in there. So to shy away from playing one that we brought in to have as a backup for Morata simply because of his age is taking me back to some of the frustrations we had a few seasons ago where our young guys were just not getting minutes or opportunities. I say if he's there, he's a true 9. Your team needs it in the lineup. Fire him away. And again, the doubt was Moise Kean and an injury, but apparently Moise Kean is also starting to take shape quicker. So, of course, out of the two, you'd probably go with Moise Kean ahead of him. And I think there's no doubt Max Allegri would go ahead of him. Is it the right call? Sure. I mean, nobody's going to know until the game takes place, right? But Max will always trust experience over the younger guys. That's just one of the traits of getting Max Allegri back in. It's the way it is. But again, this lineup, my biggest thing, I don't think we'll see Ramsey, and I would personally start Weston over Ramsey because defensively, Ramsey is so suspect. Defensively, he to be his best, and everybody that wants to compare Wales and his time at Juve, he gets so much freedom there and low defensive responsibilities. Him next to Locatelli in there is just going to put Locatelli on an island. So I would personally not go that. Everything else in the lineup, I actually don't have an issue with. If Case and Keane are the ones up top, that's fine. Bernardeschi having him on the outside mid actually frees up Case to be up top. So I'm all for that. And then Keane's your number 9. The rest of the lineups, fine. But again, I don't see this being the lineup for Juventus. Can't wait to hear all your thoughts on all the topics we covered today. And of course, I'll be back tomorrow with some new updates as we get closer and closer to this big Juve Roma matchup. And don't forget, on match day, 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we got you covered with Match Day Live, where we're going to have a lot of fun, including the trivia. And of course, we go at it with our predictions. Till next time, Forza Juve, Fino alla fine. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Ciao.